When we set out to do this, Chani was a young mother, and instead of working for this organization, this agency, that agency in the healthcare side, I think the original thought, I think we could both agree, was like, oh, I'll just have a small little practice in my home, be able to provide services at my leisure, at my schedule, and pay myself, essentially. Boy, did God set us on a different track. It just sort of exploded.
We haven't stopped growing since. How many states are we currently operating in?
We are in 8 states.
Okay, we need to hit 50.
Right.
Early on, I would come to Eli, with all of these different programs and these ideas, and he would give me the budget, and I'd look at him and I'm like, no, if it's not gonna be perfect, we're not going to do it. He obviously had to give in. But what he realized was that providing that gold standard of care and not allowing anything to get in the way of quality, the dollars will always follow. And it did. That energy is really electric. It doesn't matter if it's in the HR department, our financial department, our billing department. Everybody feels that they're a part of something so much larger. And no matter how big and how corporate we get, that has never left the company. I failed my exam to become a board certified behavior analyst 3 times, and you can only take them 6 months apart. So that was like a year and a half. I was pregnant at the time. I was already married. I gave up. I'm done. And he was like, knowledge is power. You need to get this. Keep going. You don't know what you want to do. And I'm like, I don't need to work. You're going to work. I'm not doing this. I was never focused. I was just wanted to have a good time, wanted to get married, have fun, figure out life as it comes. And he just kept pushing me. You're going back. You're going back. And once you start tasting that you can do something and seeing that you can accomplish, you just want to keep going. And when I set my mind to, hey, I want to do this professionally, everything changed for me. I went to a conference in 2013 in Connecticut. At the conference, there was a lawyer that was discussing different funding sources for this kind of service. Eli was in the revenue cycle management business at the time. I came home and I said, this is amazing. You need to credential me. And I wasn't thinking about a business at all. And if he would want to have a normal dinner when he came home, he needed to credential me.
Started reaching out to different insurance companies, asking them about ABA services. And usually the response was, no, our panels are closed in these zip codes. Insurance companies generally aren't looking for more providers. They're looking for bigger groups, but single providers was not something, especially in New York, which is very saturated in the healthcare field. And when I mentioned this type of service, ABA and autism, I got an overwhelming response of like, oh, we have 0 providers to service our members for this type of service. That's a response I never heard. And a light bulb went off in my mind, and I said, wow, there must be a huge business opportunity here.
We can't do this ourselves. We need smarter people. And very quickly we realized, I need to say, I know what I don't know. He's taught me that failure is not failure. It's your teacher.
We have a saying, and I've told this to many people that we've hired, many people. We don't hire smart people for us to tell them what to do. We hire smart people for them to tell us what to do. And I steal that from Steve Jobs, by the way. We can say it's a great characteristic from a humility perspective, but actually it's a strategic business plan to really listen and to engage others around you, because so many great ideas come from it.
Honestly, we're very different thinkers. We're not alike at all. We have very different skill sets. But I think the key to working together personally and professionally is realizing and acknowledging this is what I can do and this is what he can do. No one's good at everything. And when you realize that and you realize these are my blind spots, and you know who the best person to point your blind spots out are? Your spouse. This is all new to him. I see his face, but I've never shared this in this way but I thought about it. And I think we've really learned. He likes to use, I don't want to use it, but I have to. You're going to be so proud. We've learned to stay in our swim lanes. He is the visionary 100%. I'm the clinician, I'm the BCBA. I've learned to be the operator and a whole bunch of other things through the process.
Yeah, I appreciate that she feels that I was really the business starter, but honestly, it was actually her skill set and her education that gave us the platform to grow the business. Chani's a tremendous amount of skill set and knowledge base in the autism space was huge.